Modern birds may have coexisted with dinosaurs. The discovery of a 69-million-year-old fossil in Antarctica is shaking up our understanding of the evolution of avians. To put this in perspective, about 69 million years ago, this is what the Earth would have looked like. Dinosaurs had roamed the Earth, and mammals had already been on the scene for a little bit, but we did not have modern birds, or so we thought. The discovery that dinosaurs probably had feathers is still relatively new. We're still attached to this idea that they were giant lizards, probably because we all grew up with Jurassic Park. They also probably weren't actually that skinny. We don't know how fat they were. Imagine a T-Rex, but more like a chicken. Although it has been explained to me that T-Rexes probably did not have feathers at their adult life stage. They were just too big. There's no reason to need to maintain your body temperature if you're giant. It's the same reason that elephants aren't really very hairy. Don't bring up mammoths! Those guys lived in cold climates. These guys did not. Also, Archaeopteryx was not a modern bird. Didn't have a beak. It was more like a flying velociraptor, sorta. This discovery does interestingly put back the evolution of modern birds, meaning they survived the cataclysm that resulted in the extinction of the dinosaurs. Also, birds are dinosaurs. We just kind of got things that looked like ducks earlier than we thought. I also love that there were marsupials in Antarctica and birds, and all that was left behind was kind of just penguins. Penguins are the dinosaurs that live closest in my heart. They're murderous and adorable. There's also quite a bit of controversy on where mammals came from. I've seen things stating that mammals evolved in present-day North America. There's also some that are found in modern-day Asia, which may be over 100 million years old. But I want you to look at this for a moment. If we're talking like 100 million years, the difference between Africa and North America is really just a walk. If you are looking for a dinosaur bird to adore, I'd love to remind you guys that Hoatzins exist. They use thumbs to climb nimbly through the trees. The first time I showed people this, somebody commented that nimbly is a bit of a stretch. But they're so cute! And they look like what I think an Archaeopteryx would have looked like. That's not entirely inaccurate. They are very primitive birds. If you're interested in what people mean when they say primitive, a lot of the time they're talking about something that's along the lines of a living fossil, meaning it just never changed all that much. I have talked about this a bit, but largely the reasons why we have living fossils is DNA repair. Things like Greenland sharks, 1,000-year-old trees, and alligators and crocodiles have really efficient DNA repair mechanisms. You need to have mutation in order to change. Older ideas, before we really discovered a lot of the sequencing stuff, was that their environment was just very stable, so they didn't have reason to change. There's actually good evidence for both of those. If they were an organism that had really efficient DNA repair and couldn't mutate in a rapidly changing environment, then they might have died out. The reason that DNA repair was likely selected for is because the environment is rather stable. Incidentally, living fossils are also critters that don't really age. There's always a trade-off. See you next time.